Hey, what is going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life and the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Interesting stuff in the crypto world today. Jake Travinsky coming out with this thread in reference to Coinbase and the SEC. Not a great look. Timing's not great. We said it in the video earlier today, digital chamber, whatever the Perry Ann Boring, Jake Travinsky, whatever the groups are, blockchain association, the digital group, they should have come to the aid of Ripple sooner than a lot sooner, right? So Coinbase, all these people thought they got duped by the SEC, duped by the SEC, duped by other regulators, 1,000% duped by Gary Gensler. And they're thinking, oh, yeah, you're good. You're coming in, you're talking, cool, awesome. Absolutely 1,000% duped. And I believe that anybody who goes in and has any kind of conversation with the SEC is being duped and being misled. 1,000% being misled, especially with Gary Gensler at the helm. Just being misled. They're eventually going to come after you because the bottom line goal is to turn this space over to TradFi. That's what they're trying to do. But we're not going to let them. We're not going to let them happen. Let that happen. So listen, guys, I'm going to get into a real quick video for you guys today. This is your XRP Ripple daily news in around 0 to 10 minutes. I was hanging on optimism earlier today. Just checking that out and seeing some stuff. I thought I had some OP tokens, but I do not. I thought I did. I used the platform. I used the platform. I'm not sure if I bought the OP token, but I did use it for Ethereum, doing some Ethereum stuff. But interesting project to say the least. Very, very interesting. Let's go with the total cryptocurrency market cap here real quick. It is 1.08 trillion now. Earlier this morning it was 1.09. Bitcoin is still at 40.3% dominance. Bitcoin is at $22,614 again. Ethereum is at $1,528 again. And XRP is at 35.6 cents. Again, the market, guys, is definitely doing what the market does. I thought this is very, very interesting. Breaking news, just coming from Bitcoin Archive. Texas Republicans call for the state's Bill of Rights to include a clause allowing citizens to own, hold, and use whatever medium of exchange they choose, including Bitcoin and other digital assets. I don't know where I can get the verification of such a thing, but that would be very, very interesting, right? Adopting the monetary policy of Bitcoin, right? So the monetary policy, which is allowing people to own, hold, and use whatever medium of exchange they choose. Monetary policy. I'm not talking about technology. I'm not talking about, the use case for Bitcoin being store value or digital gold. I'm talking about that. I'm talking about the monetary policy, the concept and idea behind it is the thing that is the driver without question. So, when I hear people talking about proof of work and all that stuff, awesome. We're not talking about that, right? Everybody knows Bitcoin could be put on a ledger. Everybody knows that Bitcoin could, if wanted to, could get on another blockchain if they wanted to. That's not the point. The bigger point is the monetary policy. That's the bigger point. It is not spending Bitcoin. It is not doing transaction payments. It's none of that, in my opinion. In any case, I thought that was really, really cool. Coming out of the state in which I currently reside. Very, very interesting stuff. Santiago Velez said something I thought was very, very interesting. It was kind of responding to Jake Travinsky's tweet that we all been reading, going through. I'm going to go through it as well. Santiago Velez says, one would almost recommend the formation of an association to identify these overreaches, talking about the SEC, coordinate industry counter reaction, Now it's talking about people working together in crypto and seek a regulatory level playing field wherein assets are properly classified and overseen. Maybe with Ripple and Library and case defendants, just a thought. This is something we've been saying the day that lawsuit dropped. People should have been busting down the doors to run to the side and lock arms with Ripple. I mean, it's a smart move in so many ways. War chest that Ripple has, a legal team that they can put together, being in the right, fighting in government agencies' overreach. Like, I don't how these other crypto platforms and communities, how I don't understand how they missed it. They missed it. The opportunity to fight in a big time way and lock arms. And a lot of it is because you get the Bitcoiners, and there is a group that are hardliners. I mean, hardliners. I was listening to Nick Carter the other day on Bankless, and he was considered to be a Bitcoin hardliner, even though he says he was never a Bitcoin Nazi. But he was considered, in philosophy to be a Bitcoin hardliner. And he was telling some of the stuff that goes on there and the philosophies and the mindset there. And it is nasty. It's not great. And then we heard Charles Hoskinson mention about from Cardano mentioned that, he had heard, that they were doing some stuff to Congress and saying Bitcoin is it and get rid of all the rest. Right. So like they missed it. The industry, Jake Travinsky, Perry Boring, Blockchain Association, Digital, whatever, they missed it. And they missed the shot. And now they're realizing, oh, even Ryan Selkes, oh. Even at 2-bit idiot, as he likes to call himself on Twitter, realizes it. Missed it. They freaking missed it. They had their shot and they freaking missed it. Here's some of the thing from Jake Travinsky of the Blockchain Association. Attorney, the SEC filed a complaint yesterday accusing 10 companies of violating the securities laws, 9 digital assets and issuers and 1 exchange. None of them are defendants in the case. However, none of them are defendants in the case, and none of them will get their day in court. If this isn't regulation by enforcement, nothing is. Some background, the defendants are 3 individuals, a former Coinbase employee, his brother, and his friend, who allegedly engaged in insider trading. In addition to the SEC suit, the Department of Justice indicted them for criminal wire fraud. Criminal wire fraud. To be clear, I'm not trying to excuse insider trading or fraud in any way. If the allegations are true, these offenders should be held accountable. But we can and should condemn the defendants' alleged conduct and the SEC's unjust tactics as well. You can condemn these defendants' conduct while also condemning the SEC's unfair strategy of trying to set major industry-wide precedent through the back door of an insider trading case. The presumption of innocence is a better principle. Yeah, right. So the SEC alleges that the defendants committed securities fraud by using material, non-public information to trade ahead of Coinbase listing announcements. To establish jurisdiction, the SEC claims that the assets in question, 9 digital assets, are unregistered securities. As far as I know, the SEC has never addressed these assets before. We learned the SEC's view on the fact patterns that it believes qualifies them as securities for the first time in a federal complaint rather than in guidance or rulemaking. This is regulation by enforcement. No kidding. But the challenge you're going to get from probably the most well-versed, intelligent, thought-provoking community in all of digital asset space, and there's some great ones. Ethereum's great. Solana's great. Is why didn't you sound the alarm when the Ripple case was brought? You're an attorney, probably a smart guy. How did the whole associations miss it? How did they miss this? How did you miss your shot to be there and lock arms with, again, a juggernaut that is Ripple, with a massive war chest, able to just take it to the SEC. How did you miss it? How did you miss it? You know, my guess is because these are all ERC20 tokens, might have something to do with it. You're at best, Jake, Blockchain Association, Perry and Boring. You're late to the party, pal. You're late to the party, pal. At best, you missed it. You had your shot. You had your shot, and who knows? I find it interesting. Someone said that David Schwartz commented on this, but I didn't see it. But you know, it's amazing to me that smart people would miss it. But they really just thought they wanted to just go after XRP. I mean, I just can't imagine how these groups really thought it was just going to be Ripple the company and XRP. I just don't. How naive can you be? How naive can you freaking be? So let me see what else I want to cover. So, Bill, the attorney, Belisarius, said here, extract from the article to quote from Coinbase chief legal officer, this would be the same rigorous process that the SEC reviewed that Coinbase used to find XRP wasn't a security when it listed XRP. Does this mean Coinbase will now cave in and delist 7 more cryptos as it did XRP? It's going to be interesting to see. My guess is that they are going to delist those. That is going to be my guess. Ashley Prosper said, if Coinbase does not remove the alleged securities or in the alternative relist XRP, every XRP holder should refuse to use them for any transactions. 100%. We'll see what they're going to do. They're saying that they never list any securities, right? Why'd you delist XRP? The legal counsel at Coinbase said we never list securities. Why'd you delist XRP? It's going to be interesting to see if they delist those others. My guess is that they won. I believe that they will. 100%. I believe that they will delist those other things. But we're going to see. We're going to find out. John Deaton put something here, and I think it's just so. John Deaton is just on it. He completely gets the SEC's itinerary, their agenda, and he gets it. He totally gets it. He is not fooled at all. He hasn't been fooled at all, maybe, but he is not fooled at all by hashtag Gary Gensler. It's not your friend. I mean, this is a classic move. A Wall Street move. It's almost textbook. And if you think Gary's just at home coming up with ideas as their own, you're just fooling yourself. This is a coordinated attack. Coordinated attack. One person scratching the other person's back. I promise you, this is what it is. The SEC is laying the groundwork. After I attended the library hearing, I have no doubt that the SEC has a concerted plan. It has discussed and implemented. Tom Emmer brought us some of this at the recent congressional hearing where Gary Gensler discussed blood baths. I think Gary's is on time clock. He's limited. He's got a short amount of time because it's going to change. I really do believe Congress is going to change for sure. I just read a tweet about. I just read a tweet about a certain group. So, and I think that's going to happen as well. Hold on 1 second. No, cancel. Pause recording. There. But in any case, yeah. So in any case, guys, I just think that's what it is. John is definitely on it. And it's been like this from day one. And I believe Congress, in my heart of hearts, I believe Congress feels like they have been duped. And look, the banking regulators and the powers that be in the banks, the top banks, they got deep pockets. And you got to understand the game. And this Sherman dude is a prime example of it. You know, trying to call XRP security, yet it's getting paid by banks and it's funding and banks for being in the position, whatever. All of that stuff. We all know. Again, if I said it once, I said it 1,000 times, right? JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, banking regulators are not concerned about LCX, Power, DFX, CROM, AMP, RLY, DDX, XO, right? They're not worried about Solana. As amazing as Cardano is, they're not concerned about Cardano, right? They're not concerned about Cardano. They're not. Now, there might be some banking regulators that are concerned about Ethereum. They won't like that Ethereum thing. JP Morgan wants that thing to go ahead. But their biggest threat is without question the XRP ledger and the digital asset XRP, without question. That is the one. The biggest threat. Never ever forget that, guys. Never ever freaking forget it. There's a war going on. Let's come together and recognize the war. Call out the SEC. Call out those who would try to promote this war and try to get you and I to war with one another. The fight is against traditional finance and the big banks, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and the like, who are trying to take the digital asset space away from you, or like Norm Lattice, the attorney, said, try to front run you and I. Get these cryptos on the cheap, get everybody out to market, and get these cryptos on the big time cheap. That's the goal. Get you and I out of it. So we got to continue to huddle strong and understand where the real fight is, and understand this is going to be a long haul, but we're going to get there. We were first. Celsius, Voyager, this Voyager nonsense with FTX and Alameda is a joke. They're trying to just buy. Everybody thinks Sam Bankman-Fried is your dude. And it's on your side. Negative. He is not, in my humble opinion. So I'll talk more about that another time. But guys, so this wraps up the XRP Ripple daily news in around 0 to 10 minutes. Mr. Crypto C just got back, so we're gonna hang out for a little bit. I appreciate each and every one of you. Do me a favor, hit that like button if you're enjoying the hangout, enjoying the content, and ring the bell and subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 10,000. Shout out to Solomon. I hung out on this live stream earlier today. Good dude, trying to do good work. I should have guessed right on your sign there, my friend. But in any case, guys, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, that's it. I'm going to end this video like I do all of my videos. And remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather that we remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it.